been a pretty voracious reader for as long as I can remember. When I was asked to think about a book that meant a lot to me, I thought about a book from my childhood called The Secret Garden. The book that I had, the physical book that I had been my mom's, and it was a book from the 1920s, and I looked for it today thinking I had it with my children's book collection, and remembered after looking for about 15 minutes that my granddaughter now has it. But it's a special book. I think I must have read it about 10 times as a kid. It's the story of a young girl whose parents both die in a cholera epidemic in India, and she goes to England to live with her uncle, who's kind of a grouchy old widower. And in fact, the whole scene at this house is cold and grouchy, and the girl herself is very confused and difficult. But in the course of her time at this manor in England, she hears about a secret garden, a garden behind a high wall, and eventually finds the key, explores a little bit in the garden, makes friends with the uncle's son, who's an invalid who lives in the manor, and a young man named Dickon, who's a kind of a nature boy. And together the kids, with the help of a couple of complicit adults, revitalize the garden. And in the course of it, their lives come into focus, and each in his or her own way is healed in some way. And I think the book is really a metaphor for what I love about books generally, the notion of something hidden behind, in the case of a book, its covers, and you never quite know what's inside, and it's always an adventure. The book for me, as a young girl, and I think I must have been in third grade, second or third grade, when I started to read this book. It's so much about the kind of redemptive power of nature. It's about adventure and being brave in the face of the unknown. It's about friendship and how even kids can help each other. And I think it served as kind of a life lesson for me. It's many things that I love and care about as an adult, and it is why the book came to mind for me when I was asked to think about a book that I loved a lot.